My presentation will be in two parts, one on Horizon Europe and the other one on the European partnerships. How do I get to the... I had a real thing, but it seems I forgot everything.
I think on the left side, you should have a panel where you can have a number, and above and below you have.
Oh, yes, I see. Okay, I forgot. So Horizon Europe first. There are three main objectives if you think about this program. One is to support science and technology, and particularly excellence. The other one is to address society needs and challenges, including the priority, political priority like the green and digital transition. And the third priority is to support the economy through innovation. And you will find this at the level of the structure of the work program. If you forget what is on the sides and concentrate on the main box in the middle, you have pillar 1 on excellence science, pillar 2 on global challenges, and pillar 3 on innovative Europe. If we go a little bit further, before I would like to mention that these pillars are not fully balanced. I mean, the pillar 2 takes about half of the 95.5 billion for a period of 7 years. The pillar 1, a quarter of it, and a bit less for the third pillar. And there is some money dedicated to the to ERA, which is an horizontal activity. So if we take pillar 1, you have the European Research Council, which takes the big part of the budget with 16 billion. You still have, as in the previous program, the Marie Slobodska-Curie Action, and you have the research infrastructure. So these are the three elements of the first pillar. For the second pillar, you have, in fact, 6 clusters. And in fact, in the preparation of the work program, we have interaction between these clusters because they are indeed overlaps or transitions. The global envelope for the second pillar is 53.5 billion, but within the clusters, there are also huge differences. Health is about 8 billion, while, for example, culture and creativity is a little bit more than 2 billion. The biggest cluster in terms of budget being the digital industry and space. Pillar 3, you have the European Innovation Council, which in fact was started as a pilot under Horizon 2020 and gets about 10 billion. You have a small activity, which in my opinion is very important and might be of interest for a partnership in personalized medicine, is the innovation ecosystem. So it's more to create networks and liaise with the community. And you have a third activity, which is the European Institute of Technology, which is also some thing that could be of interest in personalized medicine. When you consider this program, we try to learn lessons from the previous framework program. The first lesson is that we come now with a full and operational European Innovation Council, while it was a pilot in the previous program. Second thing is that we thought that there was something necessary for addressing directly citizens' needs, and we have the EU missions. We try to also rationalize the landscape for partnerships. We reinforce openness of science, extend the possibilities for international cooperation, and encourage participation through spreading sciences. If we take the European Innovation Council, I think it's an interesting one because it can be complementary activity in personalized medicine. 70% of this European Innovation Council goes to SMEs, and it's a bottom-up approach. You can have a single company, and the thing is that you have also, it addresses different steps. So you have 3 phases possible. You start with the Pathfinder, which is the early technology proof of concept, then the transition towards pre-commercial step, and then when you are at this level of pre-commercial step and you want to go to market and scale up, you have the accelerator. So these are different activities of interest. For the missions, there are 5 missions. The idea is to have a strong impact and address a citizen need. And among the 5 missions, there is one which is of interest, of course, in personalized medicine, which is the cancer mission. So initially, it was supposed that we would have a big budget for the mission. In fact, the budget will be smaller, and most of the activities will be addressed in other parts of the program. So it's a different approach than the one that was presented initially. When we think about the European partnerships, you have key features that are in all partnerships: strategic orientation, systemic approach, simple architecture, common criteria. But we have 3 different types of partnerships. We have the co-program partnerships. So the EU pays for the networking and coordination, and the member states try to align their programs. You have the co-funded partnerships where we support 1/3 of the activities, and so you have common calls and common activities. And you have institutionalized partnership, which are this partnership that goes under the Article 185 and 187 of the treaty. International cooperation, it's reinforced. We try to increase association, but on the other hand, you have understood that with the COVID, there is now a strong emphasis on sovereignty, on different aspects. So there have been an article added to the framework program, the 22.5, that had created some delays in the adoption of the first work program. Open science was something initiated also in the previous framework programs, which emphasized in the new program with a mandatory open access to publication. And what is the major novelty here is that you have also the data sharing, because we think that it's not enough to have the publication, but also it's important to have access to the data. So we are pushing to have this data sharing as early as possible, but that means, of course, that people have also to think about the intellectual property. This is based on the fair, so findable, accessible, interoperable, and reusable principles. I will not go further in the presentation of the framework program, but basically you have understood the structure with the 3 pillars, different type of activities, and also cross-fertilization across the program. What we want also to achieve is synergies with other parts of other programs of the Union. There are some programs that are definitely of interest for personalized medicine. The EU for Health program, the regional funds that can be of interest, the Digital Europe program. You have also the InvestEU. So there are many programs that can provide support or input to a partnership in personalized medicine. So that brings me to the second part of my presentation, which is the European partnerships. Actually, there are 49 candidate European partnerships all across the 3 pillars. Here on the slide, I presented only the partnership of Pillar 1, so health. You have in health 2 institutional partnerships. Innovative Health Initiative, which is to a certain extent a continuation of the Innovative Medicine Initiative. You have the Global Health Partnership, which is a continuation also to EDCDP. And then you have a number of co-fund partnerships. Those that have a little star are those that are foreseen in the second work program. So you see that the personalized medicine partnership is foreseen in the next work program. And there are 3 partnerships that are in the first work program. One of major interest indeed is the transformation of healthcare system. I will start to say a little word on the Innovative Health Initiative, because I think it's a partnership which has a lot of, may have a lot of interaction with a partnership a co-fund partnership on personalized medicine. It goes a little bit beyond the scope of the previous IMI, in the sense that you see that they are not only the pharmaceutical companies that are involved, but you have a lot of other associations that are participating to this partnership. So there will be companies in medical imaging with COSIR. We have MedTech Europe that is participating, so with the medical technology companies. Europe Bio with the biotechnology companies, and Vaccine Europe with the vaccine companies. So it's a much broader scope, and but objectives are also a bit similar in the sense that we want to have Europe competitive in the domain of health industry. And but also we want to contribute to the creation of EU-wide health R&I ecosystems that facilitate the translation of knowledge into innovation. So that's why also I say that there is a lot of potential collaboration with a partnership on personalized medicine. The expected start of this one is the 4th quarter of this year. Another partnership of major interest, I think, for personalized medicine is the partnership on healthcare systems transformation. It's part of the destination. I didn't mention that in each cluster, because I said that in pillar 2 you have 6 clusters, and in each cluster you have, in fact, destinations that are areas of major impact. So the destination 4 aims at ensuring access to innovative, sustainable, and high quality healthcare in the EU. The idea is really to boost research in policies, uptake, and scale up innovation to accelerate transformation of national and regional healthcare systems. And this is building on previous initiatives that are mentioned also here. But this is a different partnership. And then we have this partnership on personalized medicine, which is for the moment a draft. It's not yet in the work program, so we have to work on it. The idea is to put forward personalized medicine on the agenda, and to align priorities of funders in the member states, but also in the regions, also international stakeholders, and indeed the Commission, with 4 areas of interest and objectives: the big data and digital health solutions, translating basic research into clinical applications, providing socioeconomic evidence for the uptake in healthcare systems, which I think is a very important one, because we don't have so many evidence in this, and also developing curricula for healthcare workers and creating new type of jobs. And this is something I wish to highlight, because this is not specifically research, so it shows that within the frame of the partnership, and this is a difference if you compare to the ERANET, you have the possibility to add additional activities. So really to have something that is that integrates different components. Objective expected are better outcome for patients through innovation, increased cost efficiency, new business development, underpinning the digital agenda, and also securing the independence of European data-based healthcare in view of international competition. What we expect from this partnership is to have a coherence with different priorities or contributions or other partnerships. So in terms of priorities, it has to fall into the two major priorities that are an economy that works for people and also a Europe that fits for the digital age. And we expect also to be related to other priorities and initiatives of the Commission, the smart health, beating cancer, and the European health data space. We also expect this partnership to have links with other candidate partnerships, those that I presented previously, Innovative Health Initiative and the Healthcare Systems Transformation. So in the governance, you will have to integrate all these elements. And something that it has to be mentioned here is that, as I said, when we think about synergies, there are possibilities to liaise with other programs. And there is the possibility now to get for the regions to use part of the European Regional Development Funds to support their activities within a co-fund partnership. So it makes it's of a big interest, and it participates to the leverage effect of a partnership. Where are we in the process? So I don't have to represent IC-PerMed and Area PerMed. IC-PerMed has already advanced a lot with the development of vision, strategic research agenda, and action plan, and has worked with Area PerMed, and that's actually the topic of this meeting, on a draft concept paper that we will propose to the member states as a working basis. Because something I have to say when we talk about the process is that it's a negotiation, in fact, with the member states, the Commission and the member states. So the work has started since March last year with IC-PerMed and Area PerMed. Now the next step after this meeting will be to have a meeting with an official meeting, a formal one with the member states. So we'll ask our director to write to the member state and ask them to set up a group, at least for those member states that are interested. And we think to have it in the fourth quarter of this year, because we would like to have a physical meeting. So we normally, with vaccination, the situation should be better. And we think a physical meeting is always better to start initiating things, and then we can continue with virtual meetings. We also will start, in fact, in this first quarter to prepare the work program, because also there will be, at the end, a topic in the work program, in the second work program, and we will finalize the work program into 2022, so next year. And we expect to have a partnership on personalized medicine in the first year of the second work program. That means 2023. So the expected calendar is maybe optimistic, but it's actually my colleague Ingrid is always very optimistic. But it's to start in the second half of 23 and to have the first calls, collaborative calls, in the fourth quarter of 23. That is the optimistic approach. It can be the beginning of 2024, but that's basically what we would like to achieve. You can find additional information on partnerships on our website. For this, you have to log into Europa, and if you will have the slides, so you will have also the link. I've tried to be quick, so thank you for your attention, and I'm open to questions if there are urgent ones.